Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the WTV Live Network at Warrior Field here at Omaha Westside High School. I'm with Hunter Valapek. I'm Zach Kastrick. We've got some evening baseball for you guys tonight. Bellevue West, 10-11. Omaha Westside, borderline top 10 team right now at 11-8. Westside coming off of a disappointing performance in the Omaha Metro tournament just this last weekend after an early loss in the first round, but then a bounce-back game this weekend last Friday against Omaha Northwest, which they mercy ruled in 5 innings. And Westside is just that up-and-down team. You know, we saw them just last week. They went back-to-back versus 2 top 3 teams in the state, Hunter. And now they're here at home against the iffy squad in Bellevue West. What do you see tonight?
Honestly, I think this will probably be a bounce-back game for the Warriors. Yeah, you're right. It was a tough loss against Papio South in that Metro tournament. But right now, all Westside's thinking about, get this next dub. Like you just said, Belize is not the greatest team. Sitting around 500, they've beaten some pretty okay teams, but not too great of teams. But for Westside, right now, just a win-now mentality with end of the season around the corner, and if they can get a win here, it'd be a good morale boost going into a few of the upcoming games ahead.
That's exactly right, Hunter. Just this weekend, they have the Papio Invite this Thursday, Friday, Saturday over this weekend. So obviously Westside's looking to get some momentum heading into there. And if we talk about the starting pitchers on the mound, start with Bellevue West. A.J. Lucas, he's 0-2, only four appearances this year, but he has 9 innings pitched and a 7.78 ERA, Hunter. That's kind of scary if you're Bell West coach right now. You got to kind of work it in, maybe kind of fill in with some bullpen pieces.
Yeah, but right now I think I'm not really concerned about the pitcher. It's going to be the pitcher's kind of weather today. Right now, wind blowing in looks like from about center field. So a fly ball is just going to get knocked down pretty easily. So right now, if you're the Bellevue pitcher, Lucas here, just get weak contact. The ball will not travel far today, and then just try to limit the Westside offense as much as possible. And we know how good the Westside offense is when their pitching does pretty well. They do great. They get shutouts. They get wins.
Exactly right. You mentioned that wind, Hunter. This is 83 degrees right now, about a 23, 25 mile an hour wind blowing in from left center. So like you said, those fly balls are going to be hung up in the air a little bit, and not a lot of balls hit deep towards the warning track or towards the wall. But if we take a look on the other side for the Westside Warriors, on the bump, Anthony Barone, just a junior on this team, like most of the Warrior team. He's got 1 start, which was a win, 4 appearances, but he has a 1.71 ERA, Hunter. Really good pitcher this year.
Yeah, Barone, I'm excited to watch him play. We didn't expect a good starting pitching outing from last time we were up in this booth from Yeager, who didn't even start on the year, and he pitched a 4-hit, one-run complete game, which I think shocked all of us here. But I'm excited to see Barone pitch. 1-0, 1.71 ERA, 18 strikeout, 16 innings pitch, 18 strikeouts, 13 walks. If he can limit those walks, get some strikeouts, Belize is gonna have a big problem trying to hit his fastball and his off-speed pitches.
And you mentioned that weak contact. That kind of just goes for everyone, any pitcher in this stage. But Westside's got a really good defense, Hunter. Some really good infielders, some really good outfielders.
Yeah, but like what you just said, this defense is great. They have a great outfield core, and for today it would be the speedy Jack Schultz out in center, Engelman right, and then Burke Brown in left. They got a lot of speed on this team, which they can track down baseballs nicely, which also works on the infield perfectly, and they one of the best defensive teams in the state.
We're going to take a quick break here on the WTV Live Network, and we'll be right back just around the corner when first pitch happens. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. I'm Zach Kastrick. I'm joined alongside Hunter Valapek today here up in the press box. Westside versus Bellevue East. We're just moments away from starting pitch here, Hunter. And we talked a little bit about Bellevue East. Not the greatest of teams, not the worst of teams. It's kind of hard to see what you're going to expect from them. They've got a couple good wins, couple bad losses. Kind of similar to that Westside team. But Westside's really gone through the heart or the gauntlet of their schedule. At one point, they had 6 or 7 top 10 teams in a row that they had to play. They ended up beating 2 of the top 3 teams in the state, Bellevue West and Papio La Vista, the Monarchs. And Coach Shields, he kind of just, it's unpredictable with Coach Shields and the Westside Warriors. You see good wins, you see good losses, and they're kind of just right around that corner. They're right around the edge of coming home towards what they could be, which is a really, really good team. They're right around that corner, and if they can come around that corner, they could be a really good team.
Yeah, they have a lot of great potential on this team, especially on the defensive end. They just need to get their bats going a bit more. Have had a lot of games where they've scored less than 5 runs that resulted in a loss. But overall, it'll be a good game to see what Westside can do if they can bounce back against the Chieftains and just get back on the road in this final stretch of the season.
We get set here for first pitch. On the mound is Anthony Barone, and in the box to start the game off for the Chieftains will be A.J. Lucas, who is actually on the mound on the other side for the Chieftains. First pitch and their first strike from Barone. Second pitch catches the outside corner for strike 2.
I do like these little pitcher DH type hitters. They're kind of neat, and I kind of miss the pitcher hitter in the MLB.
That pitch from Barone is outside. Can't quite catch the corner. That's ball 1. Now 1-2. Barone's 1-2 pitch to Lucas. Lucas calls a timeout before we get the pitch.
Lucas is a pretty good hitter on the year. 400 right now, 55 ABs. He's got 22 hits on the year, including 4 triples and 11 doubles.
That one's fouled straight back to the net, so we'll do the 1-2 pitch all over again.
Bellevue East needs a chance at winning. They need to stack hits on hits, just get base runners and a few extra base hits to drive them in.
The 1-2 pitch from Barone. In on the hands, but fouled back once again by Perrin.
I like Barone's approach there. Just get him on the inside corner, see if he takes the bait. But nice job by Lucas to foul that one back.
And we'll get another 1-2 pitch as that is fouled back for the third straight 1-2 foul ball. Just keep battling, Hunter. That's the hitter mentality.
Try to get Barone's pitch count high here. He is a 1.71 ERA pitcher, so he's good at deadening the bats. And if Bell East can get this guy's pitch count up and force him off the mound early, it would be a huge win for them.
That pitch was dangerously close to hitting Lucas in the box there. That one bounces up to home plate, so now we'll have a full count 3-2. The full count pitch from Barone to Lucas. Bounces in the dirt for ball 4, so free base for A.J. Lucas to start things off.
And a nice at-bat there by Lucas. Got into a 1-2 count early, and then just battled back, got a few 3 or 4 foul balls off the end of the bat. Just spoiled some well-placed pitches. Barone was not too pleased after that walk, and he just kept throwing them low and inside. Couldn't find the bat zone there to knock out Lucas.
Now stepping into the box is the second baseman for the Chieftains, Jacob Perrin. That ball is in there for a strike. Jacob Perrin hitting .278 on the season. Still really solid hitter.
Yeah, he is a pretty solid hitter. 15 hits on the year. Has a few extra base hits. Most of his team has at least 5 or more extra base hits, so a big threat there for him. Big threat there for Barone.
Barone's 0-1 pitch. Squares to bunt. Bunted down the third base line. It's a great bunt. Cross diamond throw. Goes over the first baseman's head. Runners up to third. Stays at first, though, is Lucas.
Not a good throw there by Barone. It was a great bunt there by Perrin, just right in between the third baseman Chandler and the pitcher Barone. Barone just tried to get it there, quick fire throw, overthrew the man and allowed Lucas to get up to third. And lucky that Perrin just stayed at second there, and a big opportunity for Bellevue to take a lead. Not even one out yet.
No outs and runners on the corner already. Lucas at third. Perrin, who just had that bunt down the third base line, standing at first. Now in the box is Cooper Brown, the center fielder. Turns on that one, hits it way down the left field line, but way foul.
And that's on the roof.
Getting signs yelled out by the third base coach. Brown will come set for the 0-1 pitch to Cooper Brown. Runners on the corner. He checks them. Comes set. Squares to bunt. Goes around on the bunt, but does not make contact, so that's strike 2.
I like Bellevue's approaches here. Just play a little bit of small ball. Just get one run home at a time and trust your defense to get, trust your pitcher, trust your defense to get those 3 outs in the next inning.
Third baseman Chandler in a little bit, not quite on the infield grass. And that one's lined into left field. Going back is Brown. He's under it. He's going to make it catch, but tagging is A.J. Lucas, and he will score with ease. So Bellevue East is up 1-0 early with just 1 out, Hunter.
Yeah, it was a nice job by Bellevue East, especially Chandler. Cooper Brown there just got the perfect pitch he wanted just to drive that. The wind knocked it down, luckily, because I think that one might have gone over Brown's head if the wind wasn't blowing in. So it was an easy sac fly, and Bellevue East an early lead, which they probably will need here to beat Westside tonight.
Now in the box is clean up Mason Chandler, hitting .255 on the year. Brown catches the outside corner for strike 1. Still on first base is Jacob Perrin. Brown to toss the 0-1 pitch to Mason Chandler. Just outside, so we'll get a 1-1 now.
If you're Barone here, you probably just want to get a weak ground ball here. Chandler is a big double play candidate, so just get a weak ground ball. Probably have him roll over one to Chandler or Henningsen over on shortstop and third base. Get those 2 outs, get out of the inning, get that offense going.
Runner goes in the dirt. Savoy's tossed down to second. Really close, and he got him. What a toss by Trey Savoy down over the mound. What a dime to get the stealing Jacob Perrin.
That was a nice throw. It was a curveball down low, so it's a tough low pitch to get out of the dirt and throw. But he got it off of one hop. Hall made the nice snag and tag, and a big out there as it is a 3-1 count now to the batter Chandler.
Brown, the 3-1 pitch, line straight up the middle, and it's going to get through for a base hit. So now reaching is Mason Chandler, and now that steal tosser, that gun down by Trey Savoy, even more important because you might have runners on the corner, and that run may score if he's on second right now.
Yeah, that was a good. Even more importantly, that toss by Savoy. He is a more defensive catcher from what I've seen, but he made a nice throw, and it was a huge out there with Chandler getting that 3-1 single. Might have scored the runner. It was a slow chopper through the middle.
Savoy actually a transfer from Millard West coming in. This is his first year at Westside, so he's got one more after this. He's a junior. Brown tosses that one straight down the middle for strike 1.
And if you're Barone here, just probably your mindset, just get out of it, trust your offense, get at least 1 or 2 runs on the board in the bottom half of the first. Just get on the board.
Liam Kerr in the box, and that one in on his hands, but he turns on it. Lines it foul towards the dugout. On first right now, Mason Chandler, but in the box, Liam Kerr hitting .244 out in left field today on defense. He's in the hole, 0-2. Brown comes set. He'll check the runner on first. That one just outside. Ball 1, now 1-2. Kerr in, ready to receive the pitch from Barone. Checks the runner on first. And he'll kick, and he'll deal. Swing and a miss, strike three, and Anthony Barone gets out of what was pretty big jam, but he does give up one run at the beginning of this first inning, as we'll head to the bottom of the first now. 1-2-3 coming up for the Westside Warriors. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Bellevue East puts up one run in the top of the first inning. So Westside already down with their first hitters coming up in the game. They've got a slight hole to start to dig out of, but they will be facing A.J. Lucas, who is on the mound with a 7.78 ERA, as Henningsen lines that one down the first baseline, but foul.
Yeah, if you're Westside here, just try to get a run on the board. You're down early. But Bell East right now probably has a good morale boost after that first run, get a lead over a probably near or top 10 team, in my opinion. Have been some really good teams, and if you can get a win here, big morale boost for Bell East going into this final 3, 4, 5 games of the season.
A.J. Lucas on the mound. He was also actually the one that ended up scoring that run in the top of the first because he was leadoff, driven in by a sacrifice fly. First hitter of the game for the Westside Warriors, Charlie Henningsen, hitting .333, and that one is in, nearly grazes his hand. The count is now 1-2.
If you're a pitcher, if you need to create your own runs and you're the pitcher, he just did it. Make your own runs, get your own lead.
That one is in, up high, but he swings on it, Charlie Henningsen, and he goes down on strikes. Now stepping into the box, Jack Scholes hitting just under 300 at 294. Speedy center fielder. That was in on his hands. Ball number 1.
To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised here if Coach Seals allows Schultz to bunt here. Third baseman is playing a little shaded in to try to get Schultz if he does try anything like a bunt.
That one is lined into right field. Going back is the right fielder Myers. He is under it and makes the grab for out number 2.
Surprised that ball. That ball looked like it was going to die up in the air, but it just kept carrying, just a little too far. I thought maybe Schultz was going to get a little blooper down in between the second baseman and the right fielder, but 2 away now for the Bellevue Chieftains.
Wind died down a little bit, so it's still gusting around 20-25 miles an hour, so definitely making an impact. Anglem lines that one to short. Perrin is in on it, makes the throw to first in time, and Westside is 1-2-3, up and down, and we head to the top of the second right away. Welcome back to the WTV Live Network, and we're quickly into the top of the second as Westside went 1-2-3 in the bottom half of the first inning. But now Bellevue West is back up in the box, and starting things off for the Chieftains is Landon Albrecht.
Yeah, that was a very quick inning there by Bellise and AJ Lucas. A nice confidence booster there. I think that was less than 9 pitches and barely any rest right now for Barone, trying to knock out the first hitter.
That one is hit sky high. Coming out on it is everyone in the infield, but ultimately Chandler makes the grab.
No, it's Hosey, and he dropped it.
He dropped it.
Wait.
Had it in his glove for a second.
Let's see. I think one umpire said he dropped it on the transfer, and another said it was safe.
They're ultimately going to rule him safe. It was not on the transfer, they said, so.
And Coach Seals is going to come out to state his case.
All the Westside players, including Braden Hosey, definitely thought it was on the transfer from his glove to his hand. But the umpires disagreed there. And now the other umpire is going to come in and talk to Coach Seals and give him his explanation.
I think what Coach Seals wanted is that first base umpire's opinion because he was the one closest to the play. But now the umpires are going to be speaking to one another, trying to make up a decision.
As for now, the runner on first is Landon Albrecht with what would be ultimately ruled an error if he stays on base.
And they will call him out.
And now Bellevue East coach is coming in for another explanation from his point of view. But they just switched the call from safe to an out, and what would be a catch at second base by Braden Hosey.
So I think the original decision was a dropped ball by Hosey. They talked, still ruled it an out. Coach Seals came in and stated his case. Now they said he dropped it on the transfer. Bell East coach is coming to state his case, and it looks like it will stay an out. So a lucky break there for Hosey and the Warriors team.
It's definitely kind of all one motion, Hunter. He kind of went for the catch and grab all simultaneously, so it was really close. But ultimately that call went Westside's way. First pitch from Barone into the hitter, Ethan Greenwell, is a strike. That one is also a strike to Greenwell, so Greenwell down in the count 0-2 early.
Yeah, if you're Barone here, just try to get. You're down 1. You've already given up 2 hits on the day. Just get ahead in the count early, and you can throw whatever you want.
Greenwell draws the first pitch from Barone there for a ball. So now 1-2. Barone comes set, and he'll deal. In on the hands, grounded to third. Chandler makes the grab, toss across first in time. But what a throw, Hunter. There was some velocity behind that one from Marcus Chandler.
Yeah, he is a pitcher. He's usually the closer for this Westside team. There's a good solid fastball, 80, 85, maybe even reaches the high 80s, but he has a strong arm over there at first base, can gun down almost anyone. But that was a perfect representation of Barone once, just weak contact on the infield, make it nice and easy for your defenders to get the play.
Jackson Myers now steps into the box, hitting .257 out in right field. First pitch a ball to him. And Marcus Chandler over there on third base is just a freshman, so he's got a ton of time to grow into this Westside offense. That pitch is a strike, now 1-1 on Jackson Myers. Barone's pitch catches the inside corner for strike number 2. Early in this game, kind of seems Hunter got a big zone for this umpire behind home plate, as that one punches him out and ends the inning on the outside corner. Jackson Myers go downs on strikes, and now we'll head to the bottom of the second, where the Westside Warriors will have 4, 5, 6 due up. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. We're in the bottom of the second. 4-5-6 due up. Chandler, Savoy, Burke, Brown due up. And A.J. Lucas still out on the mound after that 1-2-3 inning with less than what seemed to be like 5 or 6 pitches, Hunter. Quick work for him in that bottom of the first.
Yeah, indeed, a quick inning there for Lucas there. He's doing it all with the bat and the pitching. Chandler is up right now, hitting 349 on the year with 15 hits and a team leading 11 RBIs. A couple doubles and a triple on the year to boot.
So that pitch is outside. We'll have 1-1. Now to Marcus Chandler.
And if you're Westside here, just try to get an early base runner. Got out really quick, 1-2-3. And just try to get some base runners going.
And Lucas jams Chandler there, and it's popped up and goes foul back behind us. 1-2 now to Marcus Chandler. Lucas's pitch. Foul tip, barely catches a piece of it there. Rolls right back to the backstop. Chandler hitting 349. He's down in the count 1-2 to Lucas. Barely makes contact once again there, but he stays alive.
That's all you need to do here if you're Chandler. Just stay alive, get his pitch count up after that really quick bottom half of the first, and just try to find a way on, which, oh.
Chandler didn't like that one, but he's rung up on the outside corner, and he'll go down on 3 strikes. A quick little word to the next guy up, Trey Savoy, about maybe that strike zone, which we thought is pretty big, Hunter.
Yeah, we were talking about during the break. It was a really big strike zone, about probably up to even a little bit past the numbers, down probably a little bit past the knees, and mainly on that outside edge.
Savoy grounds it over too short. Albrecht across in time, barely gets there, and Savoy goes down on the first pitch of his at-bat, and now stepping in the box will be the junior Burke Brown.
Brown is a pretty solid hitter, hitting 308 on the year. Also tied for second on the team with 9 RBIs. Once again, a few doubles, a couple triples. He's a pretty good batter here in the 6th spot.
Burke Brown watches that first pitch go past as he gets a feel from A.J. Lucas. His second pitch, in on the hands. He pops that one up into foul territory, going further foul, and it's going to get out of play. And Burke Brown will do the slow trot back to the batter's box.
A.J. Lucas is really taking advantage of this umpire's big strike zone. I think instead of up and down, he's calling it more inside and outside, taking advantage. He's a good pitcher at painting the corners from, it seems, right now, and really taking advantage of this umpire strike zone, forcing Westside hitters to either look at it, get called a strike, or just force him into weak contact.
That pitch from Lucas is outside, so now 1-1 is evened out the count. Brown, a solid hitter all season, hasn't had a lot of struggles, just been very consistent as he swings and misses on that pitch, and he goes down on strikes. Another 1-2-3 inning for the Westside Warriors. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base. We'll head to the top of the 3rd with Bellevue East due up. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. We're in the top of the third. 9-1-2 due up for the Chieftains. Tanner Miller, A.J. Lucas, Jacob Perrin are due up. And Anthony Barone is back on the mound for his third inning of work. His first pitch is below the knees for ball number 1.
Right now, this game's shaping up to be another pitcher's duel again. Last time we were up in this booth last Tuesday, it was a great pitching battle between the Warriors' Harry Yeager and the Papillion La Vista's Antoniak, which turned into a 2-1 victory for the Warriors off of a sixth inning walk.
Barone's pitch catches the outside corner and makes contact back to the net. So now down in the count, Tanner Miller, 1-2. Barone, fairly quick windup out on the mound. His pitch comes set outside and in the dirt for ball 2. It's now 2-2. Tanner Miller behind the dish, hitting .206 on the season. Barone's pitch outside, and we have a full count.
I like Bellise's approach here, just working the count. They've gotten a few 0-2-1-2 counts into full count pitches, which forces Barone to rather pitch in the zone or pitch something low into a walk.
Tanner Miller draws a leadoff walk for the Chieftains, and that turns over the order to the top of the lineup. And A.J. Lucas, who actually had a walk in the first inning and ended up scoring the run on the sacrifice fly from Cooper Brown.
And it looks like we will have a pinch runner here. It will be, looks like number 7, Cole Holbrook, onto pinch run for Miller. But if you're Westside right now, this is not the guy you want up. Lucas is saying 400 on the year, and the best hitter on this Bellevue team by far.
Had a walk back in that first inning, ultimately scored that run. That is now the single run on the scoreboard right now. Barone's pitch, a little low and outside for ball number 1. The pitch runner over on first base, so a lot of speed over there. Got to be careful.
Savoy does have an arm,
as we saw in that first inning as he gunned out Jacob Perrin. Barone's
getting a bit bigger lead.
You mentioned it there. Bigger lead.
Good pickoff move.
And that is exactly why Barone turned around and threw it back to first, eyeing that bigger lead over on first.
And he can pick off as many times as he wants. Just on there. That's his second. Usually in these higher levels of baseball, you can only pick off twice or 3 times, and it would be after that the runner gets to advance a base. But in high school, you can pick off as many times as you want. 8, 9, 10 times. They do not care.
Barone comes set for the 1-0 pitch to Lucas. He does throw the pitch. Runner goes. Savoy down to second.
Oh, good throw.
Right on time. Another good throw, but unable to pick it was Hosey. So the runner moves up to second on the ball throw from Anthony Barone, now in scoring position.
That was just not a good stealing pitch there by Barone. Low in the zone, a tough pickup there for Savoy behind the plate. Had to make a quick throw, just a little too low there for Hosey over there at second base.
Now with runners in scoring position, no outs for Barone on the mound. He's in another jam. The pitch to Lucas, check swing, and he goes. So now 2-1 is the count to the pitcher in the batter's box, A.J. Lucas. Barone checks the runner on second. The pitch, fouled straight up in the infield. Heading over to first is Yeager towards the dugout, and it's going to go out of play just over the dugout.
Big here by Barone. Just get that second strike. Foul ball, punch it. Just get that second strike there. Just have a chance at a punch out and put Lucas in a bad spot to try to swing at anything near the zone with his umpire's big zone today.
Barone will come set for the 2-2 pitch, and Savoy's going to call timeout behind the mound.
Like an issue with his pitch calm.
He's going to put his earpiece back in. I wonder if it fell out when he went to chase that foul ball just the last pitch. But we're ready to go. Savoy is all set behind the dish. And Barone will come set, get the sign for the 2-2 pitch to A.J. Lucas. Kicks and deals. It's going to be off into the dirt. Full count now to A.J. Lucas.
And if you're Barone, a walk really wouldn't hurt right now. Just set up a double play opportunity, get 2 outs, even if you have an extra runner on base.
And there it is, a walk for A.J. Lucas, and that's his second walk of the day. 1 in the first, now 1 in the third, and coming up to the plate is Jacob Perrin, who laid down a sacrifice bunt back in the first, which set up the run. We'll see if he possibly does it here again with runners on first and second.
I think there's more of a likely opportunity that he probably would get a sacrifice bunt down. Chandler is playing back on the baseline, but ready for the bunt.
Perrin actually reached on that bunt in the first inning with an air throw from over in the corner.
Yep.
He squares to bunt. He lays it down. Barone charges off the mound, makes the throw to first in time, but the runners do advance to second and third. So now 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out now for Anthony Barone on the mound. And stepping into the batter's box is Cooper Brown.
That was an absolute beauty of a bunt right there, perfectly in between between the pitcher and the third baseman. That time he was out, but he probably would have been out on that first sacrifice bunt if it wasn't for the errant throw.
Pitch from Barone bounces in the dirt once again to Cooper Brown, hitting .317 on the season, so dangerous hitter in the box with 2 runners in scoring position.
He just probably needs to get if he can make bat on ball contact, that would be perfect. He has the only RBI of the game with the sac fly. So he has shown that he could put barrel onto the ball. And if he can knock one into the middle outfield there, it would be devastating, get 2 runs in.
Runner infield not playing in. They're still playing in their normal spots. Barone's pitch outside, now 2-0.
Correct that. It's 3-0.
3-0.
Infield is shaded in just a hair, mainly at that shortstop second base position, knowing that they cannot make a force-out double play.
The 3-0 pitch from Barone, I imagine there's going to be no swing here, and it's dropped by Savoy, but it is in the zone, so now 3-1. Cooper Brown looking to maybe draw a walk or get some bat on ball contact. He swings and he lines it down the third base line. It is fair. Runners come in to score, both of them, and heading to second is Cooper Brown, and he's halfway to third, and the ball is stuck down the left field line, maybe that bench where the bullpen is.
Yeah, it's stuck under what we call it the PO bench, pitcher's only bench. Burke Brown could not make the play, put his hands up, forces the double right there, and the third base coach for Bellevue pleading his case because Brown did eventually pick up that ball but it did come after the umpire said time. But either way, it was an absolute beauty shot down the line. Down the line from Cooper Brown, allows 2 runs to score in now it's better than a 1-0 lead. It's a 3-0 lead.
We're going to get a mound visit here for the entire infield. Still nobody warming up down in the Westside Warrior bullpen. So it is still Barone's game as of now, but he is in a deep hole. 3-0 after that double down the left field line, which got stuck in that bench, which I still find kind of fascinating, Hunter.
Honestly, I think Brown probably could have picked it up there, just tossed it in, but it was a good decision by him to just let it go, keep him at a double, because he was halfway around the bag when he called time.
And now we're getting ready for some bullpen action down the left field line. They bring over the net. I'm going to be curious. I'm going to ask Burke Brown how stuck that ball actually was down there on the bench. I'm curious if he maybe didn't give it a full 100% to maybe force the runner back to second base, which ultimately is a really high IQ play if that is actually what happened down there on the third base line.
Yeah, you're right. It probably wasn't too stuck in there, but enough that he probably couldn't make it out cleanly.
Mason Chandler, the cleanup, now in the box with a runner on second, Cooper Brown. Anthony Barone only has one out on the mound. His pitch is lined down the third base line, dribbler foul.
And we do have some action in the Westside bullpen just in case things get a little bit icky here for Barone. Looks like it'll be number 12. It'll be Grant Butler.
Grant Beitler down on the left field line in the Warrior bullpen. Getting ready if things go sideways here for Anthony Barone, who's one out with a runner on second base with 2 runs already driven in this inning. So that pitch from Barone catches the outside corner for strike number 2.
Just a bounce back at bat here for both the pitcher, Barone, and the hitter, Chandler, who struck out in his last at bat. Barone just needs to find an out here either way. He does get it. Nope. Never mind. Foul ball in the dirt.
Barone comes set for the 0-2 pitch to Mason Chandler. Checks the runner on second, and he'll deal. Way outside, runner will go.
Going.
Savoy down to third. Pitches to the wrong side of the third baseman, and he advances.
Great base running there by Brown. Saw the ball was on the first base box, a little bit too far away from the catcher Savoy, and he has some speed down there. Just got a good jump, got some speed, got into third base, and another run in threat.
And that one's lined into right field. Runner will score on the base hit by Mason Chandler, and Westside now trails 4-0 to the Chieftains.
And the Chieftains are feeling it now. We said earlier in the broadcast that they've lost to some pretty good teams, but have also had some pretty bad losses right now. But right now, a near top 10 team in Westside, getting a little shaken up right now. Still a runner at first for the Chieftains, which
that one is jammed. It's going to be a blooper into center field, but Scholes comes on and makes the catch, keeps the runner at first.
And a big second out there. Just need to get that second out and a good 2-strike approach there by Cooper just to knock one out into right field, get that 4th runner home, and a 3-run third right now for the Chieftains.
Now stepping into the box, Landon Albrecht hitting .315 on the season. Another good hitter, but no runners in scoring position. The runner's on first. Looks like he squared to bunt, but it's going to get through Savoy's legs, and the runner will advance to second on what seemed to be just a normal pitch in the dirt, but Savoy squirts through his legs.
I think that squirted through the legs of Savoy and then hit off the umpire's foot. Gave it a little knock over there down the third base line, which probably prevents Chandler to get over to third.
As that pitch is down low once again for ball 2. Barone down in the count 2-0 to the hitter, Landon Albrecht. Checks the runner at second. He'll kick and he'll deal. And another one low in the zone, but he's going to get the strike call.
And it looks like the bullpen activity will be done for Westside. So this might be Barone's last inning on the bump.
Barone giving up 4 runs so far in this game. Chieftains with another chance to score with a runner on second with 2 outs. Landon Albrecht in the box. And time is called.
I think Barone messed with the timing of the hitter Kerr. Forces him to call time on this 2-1 count.
That 2-1 pitch from Barone. Another one in the dirt. Good block by Savoy. But the count is now 3-1.
Honestly, if you're Westside here, Kerr is not the greatest hitter. He is hitting 244 on the year with 11 hits, but has not been able to get the ball in play yet.
So that one's fouled off the leg of Albrecht. Barone already given up 2 walks in this 3rd inning thus far. This is the 7th hitter up to the plate in this inning, which has already plated 3 runs for Bellevue East. Barone will come set for the full count pitch to the hitter, Landon Albrecht. And his pitch, little outside, and Landon Albrecht draws the walk as he'll trot down to first. And his teammate, Ethan Greenwell, will step into the box. The 8th batter now coming to the plate for the Chieftains. Runners on first and second now with 2 outs. And we'll get another timeout called. Chieftain hitters don't seem to be liking Barone's rhythm thus far in this game. The pitch from Barone there. High. Savoy comes out of his stance for that one.
Barone looked just like like what you said with his pitching motion. He's a bit off rhythm. And right now he is in the count right now. He's given up already 3 walks in this inning. Had more strikeouts and walks coming to this inning as that one is fouled. But right now he is not on his game today. Probably be his last inning of work, just trying to limit the bleeding as much as possible. Try to get Westside a chance at maybe coming back. They have gotten a few comebacks like this before. On opening day, they got I think a 5 or 6-0 run comeback against Burke. So let's see if there's a little Westside magic here tonight.
Barone will turn around on that one, chase the runner back to second base. Barone has given up 3 walks in this inning, 1 back in the first inning, so he's totaled 4 of those already today. Now the count 1-2 to Ethan Greenwell. Greenwell is hitting .214 on the season. Barone will check the runner at second. Swing and a miss there, and Anthony Barone gets out of the inning, but that is not after the Chieftains plate 3 more runs, and Westside is down 4-0 heading into the bottom of the 3rd. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Westside trails 4-0 to Bellevue East. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. 7-8-9 due up for the Warriors. A.J. Lucas has made light and easy work of the Westside hitters so far. 1-2-3 innings.
Yeah, 3 strikeouts so far, 2 groundouts, and a fly right now. The best contact was on that flyout by Jack Schultz. So Westside just trying to look to get anything. Base runner, a walk, a hit, anything, to be honest. Get a little momentum going, as the momentum right now is all in Bellevue East's favor.
That ball is outside for ball 1 to the hitter, Braden Hosey. The wind is starting to pick up once again. You might be able to hear it on the microphone just a little bit, but it's definitely starting to pick up, as that one is grounded foul.
Right now, if you're the Westside hitters, you do not want to be down to 2 strikes with less than probably two balls.
Pitch from Lucas there. That one is outside as well. Evens out the count at 2-2 to Braden Hosey.
Hosey more of a speed guy, hitting .240 on the year with 6 hits out of 25 at-bats. But if he can if he can knock one into the outfield, he does have a great opportunity to turn it from a light single into a double.
Full count for Hosey right now.
Whoa.
And that one is behind Braden Hosey, and he'll draw a walk.
And much needed base runner for Westside. The first one of the games through 7 batters right now. And it is a huge speed threat for the Chieftains. Hosey, one of the best base stealers on this team.
Now in the box, Harry Yeager facing Lucas. That pitch is outside. Yeager was just on the mound last Tuesday, Hunter. Threw a complete game, only give it up 4 hits in that 2-1 win over Papio La Vista.
Let's see if he can keep his on-camera magic going. See if he can probably knock one out into a left field here. The third baseman will be shaded in just a tiny bit.
Lucas tosses a strike there, evens out the count at 1-1. I actually talked to Harry Yeager after that game, Hunter, that complete game, as that one is dangerously close to picking off Hosey down at first. He has a lot of confidence in this Westside team and the direction they've headed. He really believes they can come around that corner like we talked about as he squares the bunt, but bunts it foul. He really truly believes this Westside team could be something special. They're just missing that slight little piece on what could make them that really special team.
They are right near the top of the hill. They just need a little. We got time.
Like you said, right on the top of that hill, it looked like Braden Hosey might have got hit with that pickoff move from Lucas. But they're right on that hill. They're just trying to climb over that edge, nearing the back half of the end of the season here. Yeager takes that pitch high for 2-2 count now.
I think they just need one more key piece, one more key bat. They need one more consistent piece in this lineup for them to get over the top. Their defense has been spot on. Pitching has been really solid all year, but it's just their offense. It can be shaky from time to time, especially against top teams like Elkhorn South. Ooh, near pickoff move. Except for like Bell West, Papio South, they kept them to 2 runs. Lincoln East and Elkhorn South kept them to a shutout.
So that pitch is outside. Harry Yeager draws the walk. And you mentioned that pitching on this Westside team. The one thing that I see in my eyes, Hunter, they're missing is that key what you might call an ace. They're missing that guy that might just really bring him over the hunt. We thought that might be Jay Coughlin coming into the season, but he's kind of struggled to get himself into a rhythm. Hasn't been absolutely bad, but he hasn't been absolutely great. He's kind of just in the middle there on whether or not he's going to be that star guy for the Westside Warriors. So they've kind of just been bouncing around for a couple of pieces. Anthony Brown, Harry Yeager, Marcus Chandler closing. Burke Brown even on the mound a couple of times we've seen this year. So they're kind of just missing those key pieces.
Yeah, just like what you said, Zach, they probably need that one ace pitcher, like what you just said. Probably one more setup arm. They have a good closer in freshman Marcus Chandler, and they do have some key pitchers like Jay Coughlin, Harry Yeager, Burke Brown, but you're right. They just need one ace-type pitcher, one guy that they can rely on each start. But right now, I think
squaring the bump, but popping it up towards the dugout is Landon Hall, the DH, hitting 9 today.
But I think if Jay Coughlin can probably craft a little bit more of his pitches, he's been a little bit on the struggle bus with the walks and the strikeout ratio.
Westside kind of used to having one of those aces. Last year it was Jackson Gouda, who's off playing college ball now. Right now, Westside has a chance to do something dangerous to A.J. Lucas on the mound. 2 walks, now runners on first and second, no outs. Bottom of the order with Landon Hall.
This is their time to capitalize right now if you're Westside. The only base runners you've had so far through the game.
And he's bunted 2 balls, but they've both been popped up down the left field side.
I think that one just went 50 feet behind the plate off of that bunt, so I don't know if that was a weird bunt or a very fast pitch.
But now 0-2, so maybe you have to pull the bunt off now.
If you bunt on the 3rd strike, you're out.
Runners go. You will make it in safely.
And Landon Hall will strike out. pleading his case, will not get anything, but a key first out there for Bell East.
I think Landon Hall, what he was trying to say is the catcher kind of put his glove out there, maybe saying the catcher might have made contact with my bat or something like that.
I think in that case, he wants catcher's interference.
The catcher did kind of make a quick move, trying to get the ball down to third base, but nonetheless, Landon Hall strikes out, brings to the top of the order in Charlie Henningsen, who struck out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, right now the K being pretty beneficial for Bell East right now. That's the fourth strikeout and the second one looking. So if he can keep these strikeouts up, it will be a good day for him.
That pitch is outside. Runners on the corner. Right now we got Braden Hosey over on third and Harry Yeager down at first. But in the box is Charlie Henningsen hitting .333 on the season. He's ahead in the count 2-0. And a pickoff move towards first.
If you're Henningsen here and also the on-deck guy Schultz right now, you have your probably best bat on this team in Nick Anglum right in the hole as that one is driven to the gap.
That one's going to the gap. Runners will round.
And that's
heading
going to be
to
a
third
triple.
Is Hosey. He'll come in to score. And heading to third is Charlie Henningsen. A stand-up triple, and the base is clearing. And now Westside cuts the lead in half to 4-2.
And that's what you call a key at-bat. Got the pitch he wanted on that outside part of the zone. Turned on it, put it square in between the center fielder and the right fielder, right into that right center gap. Rolled all the way to the wall or just cut off at the warning track. But good enough for a two-run triple and cut this lead in half with a runner on third still.
Jack Scholes will step in with that runner on third. He had a foul. He flew out into right field in the first inning. But now he's in the box with a chance to drive in a run. That ball is in the dirt, and he is ahead 2-0. Still no action down in right field in the Bellevue East bullpen. So as of now, it is still A.J. Lucas's game. Still up 4-2. His pitch there, making contact as Scholes dribbles it back to the backstop.
And like I said before that Henningsen triple, you probably just need to get on base him and the batter up right now, Jack Scholes, because you have Nick Anglum, probably your best bat this season, now on deck. And he is the leading run, so if he can get a big knock here, this could tie, maybe even give Westside a lead. And it would be the first one of the day for them.
And Jack Scholes is going to draw. Look, I thought it would be a walk there, but the umpire calls that the second strike. We have a full count now.
I think everybody on the Westside team thought it was a ball. It looked inside from up here, but I guess Lucas did get the call there.
But now Jack Scholes does draw the walk. He'll trot to first. Now runners on the corners with one out. And Nick Anglum stepping into the box. He's got some power.
Yes, Nick Anglum, like what I've just said a couple times before, a great bat, has a lot of pop, has the team's only home run on the year right now.
A lot of wind, though. Maybe not expecting a home run in this game. Still a pretty constant breeze. Not even a breeze. Good strong wind coming in from the left center area of the field. Still blowing every once in a while some strong gusts.
Yeah, Anglum just needs to find a pitch here. Oh, that one gets away.
And the runner's going to come in to score. That's Charlie Henningsen. And the runner will move up to second in Jack Scholes.
And that is a key wild pitch there. It allows Henningsen to score, make that a 4-3 game as Westside ties up the runs in this inning. Each team has scored 3 right now. And also put...
Runner's going to go there, and no throw down to third base. And Jack Scholes will rack up a stolen base. And now he's on the corner for Nick Anglum.
Just what I said, that wild pitch allows Schultz to move to second base, and he's got legs. He can move up to third, but that is a really big strikeout there for Lucas and a key second out. And now it'll be the freshman Chandler up to try to get this fourth run home and tie up the ball game.
Marcus Chandler got struck out looking back in the second inning. And that ball's way outside for ball number 1. Lone runner on third is Jack Scholes. 2 outs. As that one's lined into right field, gets over the second baseman head, and Jack Scholes comes in to score. The Westside Warriors tie it up at 4.
And a big hit there from the freshman Chandler. Got one a little bit on his hands, but had enough pop to knock it over the second baseman's head. Just got a little mini blooper right there, out there into short right field. Big run ties up the ball game here at 4. And we have a whole different ball game right now. It was 4-0 coming into the inning. Westside didn't even have a hit or even a base runner yet, but have now found the way to beat Lucas and now have a tie game with another base runner at first.
Now work down the right field line in the Bellevue East bullpen. As stepping into the box is the catcher Trey Savoy, representing the 8th hitter of this Westside Warrior inning. First pitch, a strike, and second pitch fouled off, and Savoy is down on the count 0-2. A.J. Lucas had a really good first 2 innings, all 1, 2, 3, but now he's given up 4 runs in this inning. As that pitch is up high for ball 1. Lucas comes set. He'll deal the pitch to Savoy, and it's outside. Evens out the count at 2-2.
Savoy can be a good hitter when you need him. Has 8 RBIs on the year, a couple of extra base hits, hitting exactly 300 coming into this game. But right now he just needs to get on base anyway. But Chandler will move up on the wild pitch. A runner in scoring position now, and a single might give Westside the lead.
Runners will be going on this pitch because it's now 3-2.
They will not. There is no runner at first base.
I'm wrong there. Exactly right, Hunter. But any contact, any base hit into the outfield, and we're going to get a balk called on A.J. Lucas on the mound. Marcus Chandler helped the umpire point that one out, and he'll advance to third.
Smart play there by Chandler pointing him out. And Lucas right now a bit discombobulated, and he is he's a bit frustrated, and Bellevue East's coach is going to come out and try to speaking his mind against the umpire's call, and he looks very frustrated.
Couple of A.J. Lucas's teammates over at second and first, that's Parent and Greenwall, maybe stepping in and trying to calm Lucas down. And trotting back to the dugout. And the call will stand. No overturn there. As we get ready, 3-2 count, 2 outs. Runner on third is Chandler. Savoy is in the box.
This has been a key wild pitches here by Savoy. Allowed a few runners to move up extra bases. Allowed 1 run to score and now put many runners in scoring position.
Savoy fouls that one back out of play. So we'll do it all over again at 3-2. And calling time is Trey Savoy in the batter's box.
Savoy here, probably the biggest at-bat of the early game right now. Has a chance to give Westside the lead here. Down 3 and is up 3-2 in the count.
That one is outside. It gets back to the
gets
backstop.
away.
Runner's going to come home, and he'll score. And Westside takes the lead 5-4 on the wild pitch from A.J. Lucas. Miller could not block it. And it's now 5-4. And trotting to first is Trey Savoy.
We will have a pinch runner here, though.
Pitch runner Burke Brown will step into the box. And trotting down to first base is the new pitch runner.
It'll be Brody Gock. Brody Gock, the new base runner, but...
And we know Brody Gock has got some speed. Couple stolen bases on the year. Does play a little bit of football in the fall.
Third or fourth string running back, but he's got some speed over there at first base. But right now, not really a high pressure situation right now for Brown. You have the lead.
And he dribbles that one back to A.J. Lucas at the pitcher's mound. He does come up with it, and he'll end the inning, but that's not after Westside plates 5 runs in the bottom half of the third inning. And now Westside will head to the top of the fourth with the Chieftains due up with a 1-run lead. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Westside puts a new pitcher on the bump to start this 4th inning. It is Grant Beitler. Hunter, can you tell us about him?
Beitler has the most innings pitched on this team. He has 17 and third innings pitched. Has 13 earned runs on the year, 15 walks to 12 strikeouts. So his walk to strikeout ratio isn't too great, but a 5.25 ERA in 4 appearances right now. But all Westside needs here is for him to get 1, 2, 3 and keep this lead.
We've got 4 innings left due up in this game. Maybe hoping to get 1, 2, or maybe even 3 in a long relief appearance from Grant Beitler. Starting this inning off for the Chieftains will be number 5, Jackson Myers. He takes first pitch, ball. The wind is starting to howl even more. It continues to pick up. The umpire actually went down and talked to the third base coach, and now he's relaying a message to the Westside bullpen, talking a little bit there. But we'll resume action. 1-0 pitch from Beitler, way outside, ball 2.
From these stats, it looks like Beitler a little bit iffy on the control, but he can get the strike. But he can get the speedy strikeouts if he needed.
That one is grounded towards the dugout, bounces off the top of the dugout into the crowd. Strike 1.
If you're Westside here, you have your first lead of the game. You have the first lead. That's strike 2. Just force weak contact. That's been their story all season. Just get weak contact. They have not been having many strikeouts on the year.
And Beitler picks one up there on the right fielder, Jackson Myers. And now Tanner Miller, the catcher, stepping into the batter's box. He drew a walk in that really long 3rd inning, which plated 3 runs for the Chieftains.
Yeah, that was a very long 3rd inning for both teams. He combined runs, except for that first run in the 1st inning by the Chieftains. That's been all the runs we've had so far. And Westside right now an oddity, 5 runs on only 2 hits.
A lot of walks though, Hunter. 4 walks by Lucas in the last inning in the bottom half of the 3rd. Walks kind of been an issue for every team. Both of these pitchers, Barone, who just got taken out of the game, and that one is hit into right field but is foul. The count now 1-2 to the catcher Tanner Miller. Barone checked out of the game with 3 total walks. Gave up 4 runs. That one is hit to Henningsen at short, crossed the diamond to Harry Yeager, and he'll retire. Miller for the 2nd out of the top half of the 4th.
Now Westside is feeling it. Got that momentum back after a bad 3-run third by the pitcher Barone. But right now Westside has the momentum after 5 runs score. Up by 1 now. and just trying to get out of it.
And that one is lined into center field, and A.J. Lucas picks up his first hit of the day in his first official appearance, as he had 2 walks so far in this game.
Right now, he is probably the best hitter on the team right now.
Came into the game hitting .400, and he's already got 2 walks and a single.
1 for 1.
Jacob Perrin now steps into the box. Has 2 bunts, 1 for a hit, 1 was a sacrifice, as he takes first pitch for a ball.
Yeah, both of his at-bats right now have been sacrifice bunts. One of them worked out more than the other. He allowed 1. He has been a key piece in this Bell East defense, or the offense, excuse me. Getting those sacrifice bunts, moving up the runners, and especially that first time. He was the one that got on base. He got a single on the sacrifice bunt and an error on Barone, which allowed the runner on first right now, Lucas, to move up to third and eventually score the first run of the ball game.
Beitler got 2 quick outs, and now a runner over on first after he walked a batter. Beitler comes set for the 2-1 pitch. Runner goes, but it's lined foul. Signs called out from the third base coach. Actually, 765 is the call, Hunter. No clue what it means.
No clue either, man.
We'll see on this pitch. Beitler comes set. And that one's outside. Runner did not go.
Usually teams might have one guy trying to decode signs. I was that guy for my team for a little bit, so I know what it's like, but it is pretty hard to read signs. They can switch them up every inning. They cannot. It's different for each coach, each team.
And these ones are numbers I've seen most of the game from Bellevue East. Coach Seals likes to use those little hand signs tapping around all over his body. But Bellevue East elects to use those numbers for their signs. But right now they got a runner on first with 2 outs. In the box is Jacob Perrin. That one's lined up the middle and gets through.
Oh, what a play.
What a play, actually coming across.
Oh, my! What a play by Charlie Henningsen. Came across his body, it was a slow roller between, just right over the second base bag, made a play towards the first baseman, threw a dot to the first baseman Yeager, and caught a sliding param.
And that is going to be the end of the top of the first. We'll head into the bottom of the fourth. It's 5-4 Westside. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. We have a new pitcher out on the mound for Bellevue East, Caden Bach. Hunter, you want to tell us about this new Chieftain pitcher?
I shall. He 3.71 ERA. He is 0-2 on the year. He has the most appearances on the team by far, with the 9 appearances on the year. Fourth most inning pitches with 17. 9 earned runs over those 17 innings. And 20 strikeouts to 6 walks. So he is a pretty good strikeout pitcher.
And the pitch from Bach there, that one is hit high into right field. Coming in on it and into the shallow right field is the second baseman, Jacob Perrin, to make the grab.
First baseman number 8, Harry Yeager.
Harry Yeager now steps into the box. He drew a walk in the third inning, which ended up scoring 5 runs for the Westside Warriors. And he takes the first pitch low for ball number 1. Swings, comes up empty. Actually did foul it off there, but that is still going to be a strike. Now count 1-1. Bach, his pitch. Yeager swings through there hard. Comes up empty. 1-2 the count now. The 1-2 pitch from Bach. Low, ball number 2.
Westside coming into this inning, they have their first lead of the ball game after that great 5-run third in that long third inning too. Started with a couple of walks and ended with them scoring 5 and grabbing the lead.
Yeager lines that one into left field, and he'll reach with a 1-out single.
DH number 7, Landon Hall.
Hall will be due up next, the DH, then the 9-hitter, and in Bell East a little bit. I'd say they'd be a little bit scared right now with the top of the order looming in Henningsen, who tripled in his last at bat.
The 5-run inning actually started with 7, 8, 9 due up, and that is exactly what we started with this inning, except only the first hitter was an out. And that one's going to get past the catcher Miller, and Yeager will advance to scoring position at second base.
Bell East has had a lot of wild pitches. I think I counted 3 or 4 in the last inning, which would have probably kept some base runners where they were, and I think may have allowed a couple of runs to score, especially
that one's hit
fourth
up
and
the
fifth
middle.
run. Oh,
Good
nice snap.
grab by Perrin, but it gets away from the first baseman. Yeager's going to come score. Up to second safely is Landon Hall on the air from Jacob Perrin.
It was a nice little scoop there by Perrin, but he could not make the throw. They're gonna call that a hit and an error call it a hit for Landon Hall, but an error on Perrin allows the runner to move to second.
And that runner to score.
And the runner to score. And a key insurance run there for Westside as they are starting to maybe pull away here.
And they turn over to the top of the order, Charlie Henningsen, who had a 2 RBI triple back in that third inning that scored 5 runs. Henningsen has a runner down on second base in Landon Hall, sorry. And Bach's pitch to Henningsen is low for ball 1. The count is now 1-1. And there's also 1 out. A lot of 1s on that scoreboard. Bach's pitch to Henningsen. Way inside, and it gets to the backstop once again.
Another wild pitch. Been one of the thorns in the side of the Chieftains, but have been a big contributor for Westside. Has allowed many runners to go into scoring position, which Westside has capitalized on. Another wild pitch, walk, and a couple of hits.
And now a runner on third. That's Landon Hall. And anything in the deep outfield, I imagine, will tag up Landon Hall and score a runner. Box pitch to Henningsen.
Oh.
And he's rung up by the home plate umpire. He strikes out looking. That's a key second out for Bach.
Yeah, a very huge second out there by Bach. Just didn't. Henningsen did not like the pitch. Was there in the strike zone, a little high part of the strike zone. Just didn't like it. Was willing to get rung up there. But 2 outs right now for Westside with Schultz coming up.
He lines that one down the right field line, but it's going to be way foul.
And if you can get Schultz on here, walk, hit, anything, error, you have Nick Anglin coming up, who is 0 for 2 on the day right now with a ground out and a strikeout, but has big pop potential.
Schultz grounds to second base. Perrin comes up with it, tosses it to the first baseman, and that's the end of the fourth inning. But Westside does plate 1 run on 2 hits and no walks, but that 1 run does come across the score, and they take a 6-4 lead into the top of the 5th. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Westside up 6-4, heading into the top of the 5th inning, and Grant Beitler out for his 2nd inning of work.
Had a great first inning in relief, going 1-2, 1 single, and then a 3rd out. But overall, a nice inning there to get Bell East a little bit slowed down on the offensive end.
Now in the box is Cooper Brown, who has a double on the day and a sacrifice fly back in the 1st.
Has the team's three out of the 4 RBIs. Had a sac fly in the 1st. Had a nice down the line double, which was a pretty controversial. Well, in this game, it got stuck behind the bench down in the Westside bullpen. Left fielder Burke Brown called it a ground rule double.
But Cooper Brown gets rung up there by the home plate umpire. He goes down on strikes, and now stepping into the box is Mason Chandler, who is 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles.
Chandler probably most consistent bat on the team right now. Bell East just needs a base runner now.
Down the right field line towards the fence to the track throwing area down the right field line. The pitch from Beitler, sliding over to Savoy to make that grab, and the count is 1-1.
Bell East right now just needs a base runner any type. Westside needed that in the 3rd. They didn't even have a base runner up until then. Just got a couple of base runners together and rallied for 5 runs.
And then plated another run in the bottom of the 4th. That's why they're up 6-4.
6 unanswered.
And that one is chopped towards the 3rd baseline, and it goes foul.
And now if you're Beitler here, just get some get weak contact.
Got a lot of options to play with ahead in the count, 1-2.
You got to do defense behind you as well.
His pitch is hit to the shortstop, Charlie Henningsen, who will toss it over to Harry Yeager and retire the hitter, Mason Chandler.
Another great play there by Henningsen, moving over, get the ball over to first. Made a nice stop at the end of the 4th inning. They're making a nice little play there on a slow roller into that second base gap.
Charlie Henningsen, one of the few seniors on this Westside team, actually. If we take a look at today's lineup, Scholes is a junior in center. Englum is a senior in right. Henningsen, a senior at short. And then Beitler, who is on the mound right now, is also a senior. And Landon Hall, who is DHing, are the only seniors in today's lineup. So a really young team for this Westside Warriors.
Yeah, there's a few young talents on this team, mainly 3rd baseman Marcus Chandler, who is only a freshman, and sophomore Burke Brown, who has a lot of potential as well.
And then a lot of juniors on this team. That is mostly what it consists of. Juniors in today's lineup, Jack Scholes, Harry Yeager at first, Trey Savoy behind home plate, Anthony Brown, who started this game for the Warriors.
They got a lot of good juniors also on the bench right now. Lewis Hoffer, South Dakota State commit Nicola French, and they are loaded with a bunch of depth that they can use to their advantage late into the season.
Drawing a walk there is Liam Kerr. And now stepping into the box will be Landon Albrecht, who is 0 for 1 with a fly out in the infield and a walk back in the third inning. Byler, he'll check on the runner at first base, and he'll deal way outside in the dirt. No attempt to second base from Savoy. That wild pitch moves up the runner into scoring position, but there is 2 outs. Beitler will come set for the 1-0 pitch to Albrecht. And his pitch, sharp liner to third. Marcus Chandler does come up with it. Quick liner over to first in time. Bobbled a little bit, but it did go over to first in time. And that marks the end of the top of the 5th. The Chieftains do plate no runs on 1 hit, leave 1 runner left on base, and will head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Westside up 6-4. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Hunter Valapek alongside me. I'm Zach Kastrick, and we're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Westside is up 6-4, and stepping into the box is Nick Englum, and he'll face the pitcher on the mound, the lefty, Bach. Nick Englum is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out, and he'll take first pitch outside for ball number 1.
Westside up here 3-4-5. The heart of the order right now, and they are up 2 runs with a good defense behind them, but probably need a few insurance runs here. Give them a more comfortable lead for Bueller to get out of it.
Pitch from Bach is grounded to first base, stays fair. Stepping on the bag is Greenwell, and Englum, is retired to start this 5th inning.
Now it'll be the cleanup hitter, freshman Marcus Chandler, up to the dish now. He is 1 for 2 on the day. He struck out looking in the second, and got a game-tying single in the third.
Marcus Chandler playing third base today, who actually made a great play to end the end of the top of the 5th. Bobbled it over at third, but threw a laser across the diamond to retire the runner.
Yeah, it was a tough play there, tough hop. Ooh.
And a line out to Perrin, second base. Good sliding stop.
Coming in on it, looked like he was going to play it off of 1 hop, so he could slide and make the catch, and he did with a little bit of style to it.
Trey Savoy now steps into the box with 2 outs, no runners on. Camden Bach making good work of the Westside hitters here in this 5th inning. Westside does trail in the hit count 5-4. Bellevue East does have 5 hits.
But runs are the only thing that matter in baseball, man.
And a cool little double bounce off the post that hold up the net behind home plate. It's a foul ball. Count 1-1.
Still waiting for one of these days for one of these foul balls to just go right over the net, try to come into this press box here and make a nice catch.
You might be waiting a long time, Hunter. That net is pretty high.
It is pretty high. We probably need a high arcing foul ball. Maybe one of these days.
That pitch from Bach is lined up, and a nice charging stop from the shortstop. Albrecht charges into shallow center to make the grab, and that is a 1-2-3 inning for the Westside Warriors. And now we'll head to the top of the 6th. Westside is winning 6-4.
All right.
Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. We're in the top of the 6th. Westside is up 6-4. And leading off for the Chieftains in the top half of this 6th inning is number 11, Ethan Greenwell. Pitch from Beitler, straight down the gut, strike 1.
Greenwell is 0 for 2 on the day. Ground out in the 2nd and a strikeout in the 3rd. Chopper over there, Chandler. He'll make the nice catch and over to first, off the bag, but tagged. Yeager makes the tag for out number 1.
Beitler, quick work of the Chieftains in the top half of the 4th. Only faced 4 hitters. And now he's out here for his 3rd inning of work. And he has a quick out there on Greenwell. And that one is fouled off for strike 1. Jackson Myers is the hitter at the plate right now. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, both swinging.
257 coming into this game. He's got a few extra base hits on the year, but has mainly gotten on base through the walk and has taken key advantage of it, scoring 10 runs.
And that pitch from Myers turned on, hit towards the west side dugout. Duck hunting for heads. Watch out if you're in that west side dugout. Beitler's pitch, just high, maybe a little bit inside, evens out the count at 2-2.
Westside right now in prime position to get 2 outs here. They were down for most of the game, especially going into that bottom half of the 3rd, down 4-0. Got a 5-run 3rd, and then a key insurance run here in the 4th inning to get a 6-4 lead.
And that one is a slow roller to Chandler at 3rd, and an absolute dart across the diamond to Harry Yeager to retire Jackson Myers.
He has got an arm over there at 3rd base. Any slow roller, he can, even if the guy's halfway down the first base line, he can throw an absolute missile.
And
Right.
that's no easy play either, Hunter.
It
He
is
actually
not.
shaded to his right towards the foul ball or the foul line, and he really had to make a strong throw to retire the runner.
Got an arm like Nolan Arenado over there at third, shading to his right, just like you said. Not a really difficult play. Probably throwing about 180, maybe about 90, 180 feet off from third to first base. Made a nice play. Got a key second out.
No outs, or 2 outs, sorry. No runners on the bases. Grant Beitler still on the mound, facing the 9-hole hitter, Tanner Miller.
And ring him up, strike 3. Down he goes. Beitler, another 1-2-3 inning here, and a huge 3 outs there. Chieftains down to their final 3 outs, but before that, Westside will have the bottom of the 6th to deal with for extra runs. No runs, no hits, no errors, and we will be back for the bottom of the 6th after this.
Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Hunter Valapek, I'm Zach Kastrick, and we're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Westside is up by 2. 6-4 is the score, and now stepping into the box is the sophomore, Burke Brown.
More underrated here inning for the Westside Warriors. Probably need one more run here to ice the game. Insurance runs are a pretty underrated part of baseball, just in case Bell East gets a few base runners on, as Brown will take one high and outside for strike 1. But he's been hitting pretty good. Slow start to the year, as we mentioned in the last broadcast, but has found his rhythm. 308 coming into today. Has gotten a few extra base hits on the year so far, but has the opportunity to do something big.
And that one's hit into the right center gap, but coming on to make the catch is Myers in right field, and Burke Brown goes down there on that fly out for out number 1 in the bottom of the 6th.
Try saying Burke Brown 5 times fast. But Hosey will be up next to the dish.
Hosey has a fly out to right field and a walk back in that big 3rd inning as he takes that ball for a ball. And he fouls that one. Barely made contact there. Strike 1. Count is 1-1.
Hosey not really a big power hitter. He can hit for some contact, but I think his approach is to go probably weak ground balls that he can beat out for singles. He is a very fast player, and he can devastate you on the base paths if you are not paying attention.
That one bounces in the dirt. Ball 2. That pitch is hit straight to the second baseman, Perrin, and he tosses it over to Greenwall to retire the speedy Braden Hosey. And that will bring up Harry Yeager, who is playing first base today, and he is 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. Yeager still talking about it a lot. Had that complete game just a week ago. Not even a week ago. 6 days ago, to be exact. Had a really good performance. Threw a complete 7 innings. Only 4 hits allowed to a top 3 team in Papio La Vista.
He is a very, very solid pitcher. He is not the biggest guy on strikeouts, but he can force a lot of weak contact Plus, he is also a very solid hitter on the year too. So he's kind of a dual threat player, like most of the guys on this team.
And that ball's in the dirt. The count is 3-1 now to Harry Yeager. Two outs, 3-1 count to Harry Yeager. And that one is hit sharply to the shortstop, Albrecht. He'll corral it, toss it over to first, and they get Harry Yeager.
He was running fast there.
But that does end the 6th inning, and we'll head to the top of the 7th, where the Chieftains are down to their final 3 outs, and they trail 6-4. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. We're in the top of the 7th, and the Chieftains are down to their final 3 outs. Stepping up to the plate to start it is A.J. Lucas, and that is bobbled over it short by Henningsen, but he does make the play, and now the Chieftains are down to their final 2 outs.
Chieftains here just need anything to be on. Just need anything to go their way right now. And it looks like we will have a pinch hitter. It'll be, oh no, never mind. It's Jacob Parham. He will chop it up.
Second, and another great play by Charlie Henningsen, and all of a sudden the Chieftains are down to their final out. And stepping into the box will be Cooper Brown.
Brown, the best hitter on this team for today. He is 1 for 2 with a sac fly RBI as he drives that one center field. Under it is Schultz, and that is the ball game. So the Chieftains go down quick and easily, 1, 2, 3, and that'll be the ball game.
That's all she wrote. Westside takes home the victory, 6-4 after a big third inning, 5 runs, 1 in the 4th, and that is all the runs. They actually had 4 hits. The Chieftains had their 5 hits to go along with their 4 runs, but it is not enough as Westside comes out on top, 6-4.
An hour 40-minute ball game here. It was one quick ball game, but Westside a huge win there. Get that morale boost back. Scoring recap for the game. Bellevue started with a 1-run first inning, got a lead, and then got 3 in the 3rd to get up 4-0. But Westside stormed back, scoring 6 unanswered, 5 in the 3rd and 1 in the 4th. Eventually winning this game 6-4. Winning pitcher will be Anthony Barone, who went 3 innings, 4 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. The loss will go to A.J. Lucas, who falls to 0-3. 3 innings pitched, 5 earned runs, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. And that'll do it for today. Thank you to my man, Zach Kastrick, and our WTV Live crew, Sydney Rolls, Will Mahan, Mason Leonard, and Aiden Dunlap.
And big shout out to our good old advisor, Ross Stjernstrom. And thank you all for joining us on the WTV Live Network. Great job here today. Westside takes home the victory 6-4 over Bellevue East.